Hi, I'm Chef Kevin, and today I'll be making a very nice summer side dish using summer squash. Now I have a pretty nice garden, but my luck with summer squash this year was not that great. I only had one plant and it was consumed by the local rabbits. Well, I guess they have to eat as well. Anyway, this yellow squash, or summer squash, was given to me by my friend and neighbor across the street, Jim and Barbara. I appreciate that, and I hope you're going to enjoy this video. So I'm going to be using other garden herbs as well. This is going to be a nice healthy meal. There's no sugar, no starch, no food coloring, no dried herbs, nice and fresh, just the way it should be. Let's take a look at the other herbs. I have some nice herbs growing in my garden. This is thyme. This is German thyme. Enough of that. And I also have some Thai basil. This is really fragrant, very tasty. And along with the homegrown garlic, these will blend in really well with the summer squash and make a great summer side dish. So let's go into the house and I'll show you how to do it. Okay folks, here we go. Sauteed summer squash. This is a real healthy, tasty meal. Let's take a look at the squash first. This is the main player. This is a yellow squash, which is a form of summer squash, like zucchini. It's another form of summer squash. This is a yellow squash. It's a little on the large size. Usually you see them in the supermarkets, not quite this large. And that's because they should be picked and cooked while they're immature. If they get too large, they fill up with seeds on the inside, and then it's really not quite that edible. Now this one has a nice firm texture and a nice yellow coat, so we're going to get some good flavor out of that. I have some garden thyme, garden Thai basil, homegrown garlic. Not going to be using all of that, of course. I'm going to use like half a lemon, have some butter here, salt and pepper, grapeseed oil for sauteing, and I have some sun-dried tomatoes here. So let's get right into this. This is done on real time using 3 cameras. So you get to watch me run around the kitchen, cut and prep the food, and cook it all at the same time. There's no editing. If I screw up, you see it. Let's get right into it. What I'm going to do first is heat up my saucepan, or my saute pan I should say, and then I'm going to prep the veggies. This has already been washed, and so has the herbs. Fairly large saute pan. This is enough for 2 people. About a tablespoon of olive oil, or grapeseed oil I should say in this case. Going to let that heat up a while. Cut off the ends. Cut them into segments of about 3. Voila. You can see how big the seeds have become over here. Key is to cut them all the same size.
Very nice. Pan is heating up. This is the garden basil, which is extremely potent. Just going to make a little chiffonade here. That'll actually go in last. My thyme sprigs, I have 3 sprigs of thyme here. You don't want the stems. Now this can be a totally vegan dish if you leave out the butter. Gonna give this a little chop. It's like half a tablespoon of butter. Put that right in the oil. Bring that heat down a bit. Medium high is good. Now this cooks relatively quickly. I have a few pieces left over, but I don't want to crowd the pan. You got them all nice and separated here. I'm going to get some color on these before I start adding the other ingredients. Sun-dried tomatoes. That is just full of flavor. Okay. These have been sauteing for about 3 minutes. I didn't know the camera was off. Alright, like I said, no editing, right? Sun-dried tomatoes, full of flavor. I'm going to take 3 pieces out and just, well, I'll get 4 pieces. Just let that oil soak into the paper towel. You don't need all that extra oil. Now this dish will go really well with any type of meat, any type of fish. It's light, it's healthy. And it tastes good. I'm going to use 2 pieces of garlic. I mean, you don't need any more for this. my garlic press ready to go. Let's check these squash I got here. Getting a little color. Okay, I got the squash cooking. All the veggies are pretty much prepped. Piece of cake, right? Gonna dice up those sun-dried tomatoes fine, on the fine side. You don't want a big chunk. Let's check. They have a lot of water to lose. Turn the heat up just a bit. Now, when you're cooking something like the summer squash or yellow squash or zucchini, those are all summer squashes, and they're always cooked with the skin on. If you were to take the skin off, it would literally fall apart. So the reverse is true when you have winter squash, like butternut squash, pumpkins, acorn squash, vegetables like that. Those are always cooked with the skin off. That's just the way it works. Alright, this is taking longer than anticipated. I think I did overcrowd the plate a bit. I'm going to a bigger frying pan, turn the heat up. Gonna go ahead and add a little salt and pepper. That'll actually draw the moisture out. Not too much. Now, when you crowd the pan, which was what I was doing earlier, the vegetables don't really brown like they should. They more or less boil. So that's why I changed to a bigger pan. That was a mistake to use the smaller pan, but like I said, no editing. Pan has to get nice and hot again, but I have the heat up, pretty much maxed out. Got some nice coloring going on, it's just taking a while. Folks, so let's cook this up, and this is really simple, really quick. This can be done in 5-6 minutes at the max. I have a medium-sized saute pan here, and I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of high-heat grapeseed oil along with a tablespoon of butter. Now, if you want to keep this strictly vegan, you can eliminate the butter, but the butter contributes a certain amount of taste to it. I'm going to let that melt down. I don't want the butter to burn. It's just starting to brown, as you can see. So it's just about time to put the squash into the pan. Now you want to make sure that you don't overcrowd the pan, because if you do, the veggies will steam instead of saute and they'll become mushy. So this is just about the perfect size pan for this one squash. And what I want to do is separate them and getting them to rest on the bottom of the pan. I want to get a nice color here. Little black pepper, not even a teaspoon of black pepper, and just about the same on the sea salt. Salt and pepper, the two most common spices in the world. Try to separate those, get them onto the pan, get some nice color on these. Color is flavor. You always eat with your eyes first. If you think something looks good, then chances are it will taste good. Okay, I'm just going to let these saute for a couple of minutes. Not going to move them around too much. You're actually watching this live. There's no editing here. Okay, I'm going to let these go for another minute or two, and then I'll start adding the herbs. Trying to make sure they all get evenly cooked. Flipping those around. I'm going to go ahead and add my diced tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes, and these really have a lot of flavor to them, and they're healthy. Tomatoes are healthy, garlic is healthy, squash is healthy. There is nothing unhealthy about this meal. There's the garlic. I'm putting that through a garlic press. I find that easier to do than dicing it up. Comes out very uniform. Now we're in the home stretch here. Want to make sure that garlic doesn't burn though. So I'm going to go ahead and add my garden Thai basil. Not too much because this is a strong herb for sure. Got some beautiful color going on there. Is my basil in? Now basil you want to add at the end of the cooking cycle because otherwise it'll just melt down and not look good. Last thing to add is the juice of half of a organic lemon. This adds a certain amount of acidity and it just livens up the whole dish. I really like using lemon in my cooking. It's healthy, no starch, natural sugar. Okay, this is ready to plate, so let's take a look. Here we go. Beautiful. Now, I'm not a vegan by any matter, so I'm going to add something here. I'm going to add a medium rare shell steak with grilled vegetables. There you go, folks. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is something you can easily do. It's healthy, it's tasty. What more can you ask for? So once again, thanks for watching, and don't forget to throw me a friggin' bone here.
Throw me a frickin' bone here.